Well, it's a race to the finish line for legislation aimed at reforming our very troubled Children, Youth and Families Department. That starts with major changes to a program our 4 Investigates team discovered was failing some of our most vulnerable families. 4 Investigator Brittany Costello is looking at the state's new plan to protect infants from the dangers of addiction.
An emergency room is not the place any of us want to be. But at an Espanola hospital last July, this northern New Mexico grandmother is almost relieved when officers show up.
Literally, this is what I needed. Is this really what I needed?
She's not thankful that her 10-month-old grandson overdosed on fentanyl.
Well, I'm not saying that I wanted to.
Yeah.
This is what happened right now. I can use this to go to court to petition my own guardianship over this my grandson.
But she's hopeful. This time, someone may finally listen.
It makes me sick to my stomach. No mother and no New Mexican should have to hear that. And we should be held accountable for that. The governor should be held accountable for that. CYFD should be held accountable for that.
Republican House Minority Leader Gail Armstrong remembers when New Mexico passed the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act in 2019. Instead of calling CYFD for child abuse when a baby was born to a mom on drugs, hospitals were supposed to create a plan of care, a way to get parents help while keeping families safe together. But that's not always how things play out.
CYFD was involved when the baby was born.
Okay.
But then after a while, they dropped the case and that was it. Which, I think they're doing a job because they should have followed through.
Over the last several years, 4 Investigates discovered dozens of babies have died from a drug overdose or with drugs in their system, and their parents are either in prison or facing years behind bars.
There's no reporting, there's no follow-up. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing, and it's really no one's fault but CYFD.
While families like Jeremy Martinez's are stuck in a cycle of addiction.
How do you expect anybody to follow a plan when there is no plan, there is no resource, there is no actual treatment? And that's what I saw.
Democrat Senator Michael Padilla says CARA is finally getting an overhaul.
So there's a lot of people with their eyes on this now so that we don't ever drop the ball on this ever again.
The bill moves the Comprehensive Addiction and Recovery Act, CARA, to the Healthcare Authority, where care coordinators use an evidence-based model to get that family what they need. It is no longer voluntary. If a family doesn't engage, there will be a family assessment and a call to CYFD. Padilla says lawmakers set aside more than $20 million for the program.
There's just no horsing around anymore. We're going to focus like a laser beam on that baby.
There is hope, but also skepticism. And family members say even with a plan, if services aren't available the moment someone is willing to go.
She was a good mom.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I should have said it in other words. She was a very good mom.
They won't get the help they need.
This administration has had 6 years to fix this. And they kept saying, give us time, give us time, give us time. Well, time is up.
Brittany Costello, 4 Investigates.
Now, Senate Bill 42 still has to pass the House floor. It will then go back to the Senate for concurrence before heading potentially to the governor's desk.